Hello everyone and welcome back to Foot Forecast, and today's video I'm going to be discussing my championship predictions for game week 33, and I'm going to start off with the first game between Blackburn and Preston. And going into this game, Blackburn are currently 20th place in the championship and they're 3 points above the relegation zone, but they did just pick up a crucial win away at QPR, and Blackburn's home form this season has been concerning. They're ranked 23rd on the home table. Looking at Preston are currently 8th in the championship and they've started to get players back from injury. Preston though haven't been great recently. They've only won one game in 7. It's also the first game in charge for Martin O'Neill at Blackburn, but I don't think they're going to get a positive result in this game. I'm going to go with a 2-0 away win for Preston over Blackburn. So then we're on to the next game between Hull and QPR, and Hull are the favourites going into this game. They're currently 5th place in the championship. Their form recently could have been better. They've dropped points in their last 2 games in the championship, at home to Bristol City and at home to Watford. Looking at QPR are mid-table in the championship in 13th place, but they did lose their last game at home to Blackburn where they were really poor in that game, and I think this may continue for QPR. I think Hull are going to bounce back and get a win in this game. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Hull over QPR. So then we're on to the next game between Stoke and Leicester, and both sides are absolutely desperate for a win in this game. Stoke haven't won in their last 7 games in the championship, and Southampton have lost their last 5 games in all competitions. And that's resulted in Leicester being in 22nd place in the championship, and they're really struggling right now. Stoke have a lot of injuries going into this game, but Leicester also have injuries and suspensions to deal with. I think this is going to be a really poor game between these two sides. I think neither side will end this losing streak or streak without a win. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw between Stoke and Leicester. So then we're on to Swansea at home to Bristol City. Bristol City are currently 9th place in the championship. Swansea are 16th place. But Swansea's home form recently has been really good. They haven't lost at home since early December, and that's resulted them in being 7th place on the home table. Swansea's form going into this game also is pretty good. They've won 3 out of their last 5 games. Bristol City's form going into this game, they've won 2 out of their last 5, including that 5-0 drumming by Derby County. I think for this game, I'm going to go with a 2-0 win for Swansea at home. So then we're on to the next game, which is between West Brom and Cov, and West Brom still haven't won yet under Eric Ramsey. It's been a long wait, and this has resulted in West Brom struggling in the championship, and they're very close to the relegation zone, being in 21st place right now, and they're absolutely desperate for a win. But they're coming up against a Cov side that are currently 1st place in the championship, and they're coming off a great result at home to Borough, and it's hard to see West Brom getting something from this game. West Brom have been picking up a couple of points recently, but it's been 2-0 draws, and it's hard to see West Brom keeping out Cov. I think for this game, I'm going to go with a Cov clean sheet and a 4-0 win for Coventry. I think they're going to batter West Brom, and I think Haji Wright's going to score because he's just scored a hat-trick against Middlesbrough. So then we've got Borough at home to Oxford, and Borough will want to get back to winning ways after the loss to Coventry. They currently sit 1 point behind Coventry in the championship in 2nd place, so they're still in a very good position to go up automatically, and they are playing well despite that result. They were on a 6-game winning streak going into that game, and they're going up against an Oxford side who are struggling. They're now 6 points away from safety, and it's hard to see Oxford staying up in the championship right now. I think this will be a simple win for Borough. I'm going to go with a 3-0 win for Borough. I think Hellberg will be desperate for a dominant win in this game to respond to that loss away at Cov. So then we've got Millwall home to Portsmouth. Millwall are in good form right now, and they're currently third place in the Championship. They're playing very well. They're going up against a Portsmouth side that are down near the bottom. They're in 19th place, but they've just coming off a win away at Charlton, which was an impressive result and a result they did need. And I've been impressed with Portsmouth recently. I think they've looked good in their last sort of 7 games, and they could have picked up more points than they have. And I just think sometimes they lack a bit of quality up front, and this could hurt them in this game. And going away to the Den is very difficult. Portsmouth's away record is poor. They're 21st in the away table, despite that result in their last game against Charlton. It was only their 3rd away win this season. So I'm going to go with a Millwall win. And I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Millwall over Portsmouth. So then we've got quite a difficult game to call between Norwich and Birmingham, because Norwich's form right now is really good. They do have a lot of injuries to deal with, but they've been playing through those well recently. Toure, the Australian, is in great form going into this game, and he's made a flying start for Norwich, scoring 5 goals in 3 games. And under Clement, they've been a completely different side, and they're performing like a playoff side, not a side down in 17th place. Looking at Birmingham, Birmingham are currently 11th place. They've been playing well recently, have Birmingham, and their away record has improved despite still being 18th on the away table. I see a Norwich win though for this game. I think they're flying under Clement right now. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Norwich in this game. So then we're on to Southampton at home to Charlton. Southampton are 10th place in the Championship. Charlton are 18th place. And Southampton are making a playoff push right now. They're taking 13 points from a possible 15 in their last 5 games, including that 4-3 comeback over Leicester. And there's a lot of quality in that squad. So if they start playing well, they're going to be hard to stop. Looking at Charlton are just doing enough to keep themselves in the division. Now, I think they will stay up. They're currently 7 points clear of Leicester. Their away form, though, could be a lot better. They are 20th place on the away table. I think for this game, I'm going to go with a dominant win for Southampton. I'm going to go with a 3-1 win for Southampton. They're looking really good right now. So then we've got Watford at home to Derby. Watford need a win in this game. It's the first home match for Ed Still as manager. Watford haven't won in 8 matches, scoring 3 goals in their last 5 games. So they're having problems in front of goal, and 2 of those goals were in their last game away at Preston. Looking at Derby County, they've got the second best away record in the league, and that's why they're in promotion contention. They're currently 6th place in the Championship. Watford's home record is also impressive, but recently they have struggled at home. I think for this game, I'm going to go with a Derby win. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win for Derby over Watford, with Adjiman to score. He's a top player. So then we're on to a big game between Wrexham and Ipswich. These two sides played each other in the FA Cup, and it ended in a 1-0 win for Wrexham. Both Wrexham and Ipswich rested players, though, for that game. Looking at Wrexham are currently 7th place in the Championship, and they're only below Derby on goal difference. Ipswich are 7 points behind Borough in 2nd place with 2 games in hand, and both sides will be desperate to win this game. Looking at the form of the two sides, neither side's in great form, but neither side's in terrible form. I think for this game, I'm going to go with a draw between Wrexham and Ipswich. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. So finally, we've got the Steel City derby between Sheffield United and Sheff Wednesday, and this could be a cricket score because Sheffield United will want to go in for the kill. If Wednesday lose this game, they're going to be relegated to League One. So that's going to be a double whammy, losing to Sheffield United and being relegated in the same match. I'm going to go with a 5-0 win for Sheffield United over Wednesday. I don't think they're going to take this lightly at all, especially with Chris Wilder as manager, who's a Sheffield United fan. He'll want to put as many goals as he can past Wednesday. Let me know your thoughts on these championship predictions, and if you enjoy this video, go subscribe to the YouTube channel as well as liking the video.